We are in the Barberville Cemetery in Barberville, Kentucky, standing at the grave site of Caleb Pears, the accused mastermind of the assassination of Kentucky Governor William Goebel. What's interesting is although William Goebel is not buried in this cemetery, there are two other Kentucky governors buried within sight of Mr. Pears' grave. Mr. Pears lies here next to his wife, Laura. In life, he set up law practice in Barberville after he was admitted to the bar in 1894. He was also superintendent of Knox County Public Schools. In the election of 1899, he won a term as Kentucky's Secretary of State under Republican Governor-elect William Taylor. But Taylor's victory was short-lived. It was successfully disputed by State Senator William Goebel, the Democratic opponent. On January 30th, 1900, Goebel was shot in front of the Capitol building in Frankfort. He died February 3rd, 4 days after being sworn in as governor. 3 men stood trial for the murder, including Pears, who was the accused mastermind of the plot, although he was not in Frankfort at the time of the shooting. Pears was ultimately convicted and served 8 years in prison. In June 1908, Pears was pardoned by Governor Augustus E. Wilson. Upon his release, he told reporters, "Don't mention politics to me." But in 1910, he won a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. He served 8 years in the U.S. House. After leaving politics, he liked to remark he had served as much time in Congress as he had in prison. Now let's take a look at the 2 governors. This is James D. Black's final resting place. James Black served as lieutenant governor from 1915 to 1919, when Governor Augustus Stanley resigned to become a member of the U.S. Senate. James Black was sworn in to finish Stanley's term. He served as governor from May 19th, 1919 to December 9th, 1919, 10 days shy of 7 months. He also served as Kentucky's chief prohibition inspector. Let's take a look at his resting place now. If I can get it to focus around the bars. There's 9 spaces in there. It's hard to see the writing on any of them. Mr. Black's in one of those. It appears to me there have been some kind of brass plaques or markers on the concrete, and they're gone now. I see the space. I don't know if they can be seen on the video or not, where they've been, but this is the final resting place of former Kentucky Governor James Black. Now let's take a look at another former Kentucky governor who's resting down this way. And over here, just about 100 feet, is the grave of Mr. Pears. Let's go take a look at this other governor now. And this is the gravesite of former Kentucky Governor Fleming Davis Flem Sampson, 42nd Governor of Kentucky. He served from 1927 to 1931. I could find nothing remarkable about his term except he finished a full 4 years. He wasn't assassinated in office nor otherwise died in office. He didn't resign under scandal, nor did he resign to seek higher office in Washington. He did his job and went home. That can be well said of anyone, can it? But this is his gravesite here. Let's take a look at it. Clement D. Sampson, Governor of Kentucky. His friends called him Clem. They could have called him Clement, they could have called him Davis, they could have called him FD, but they called him Clem. That's your friends for you. I assume this is his wife, Susan Steele Sampson, wife and mother. Perhaps a child. Perhaps another child. Beautiful, beautiful family stone. A real attention getter. And that is the story of two governors and an assassin, alleged assassin, who was also a retired United States Congressman when he died. All three lying at rest in the Barberville Cemetery, all within sight of each other's graves. And that is all.